Have you ever been sort of sure that you're destined to do something and it's sort of predestined? You know you're going to do it, you just don't know when. Any pub in that area that does really good real ales, I will go to and I'll showcase. Alright, I've ordered another one. Go with someone who you know, a good friend. Don't F about. Anyway, cheers.
The next train to arrive at platform 2 will be the 0944 Avanti West Coast service to Liverpool Lime Street. Call it Liverpool Lime Street only.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Great Pub Tour with me, Stephen J. Holloran. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to this podcast. I hope I find you well. Today, very cold and snowy. And of course, on a day where I'm going to be challenging myself timing wise to doing this pub tour. I mean, this is going to be a biggie. Now, before I go any further, I want to say thank you so much to everyone who liked, subscribed and followed the last podcast. Love you all. Those who haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel because it gives me an indication of where people are subscribing, and if you find that good, if you want us to continue, then I can continue doing it and it will show in the algorithm that that's what you're doing, that's what you're subscribing to, because I want to keep doing this. As a thank you for the last podcast that I did, and it was well received, I'm going to the city of Liverpool. This is the biggest challenge yet because I mean, there's so many pubs to choose from. I've had to split this. So this is part one. Less walking today than the last one. There's a lot of walking last time. This one, yeah, there's walking involved, but there's less gaps. So a lot more time in each pub, a lot more time to concentrate on the heritage side of things. Yeah, I'm not going to waste any time today. I'm just going to get straight onto it and let's get this train, shall we? See you in a sec. Here we are, Liverpool. Look at that. And because it's coming up to Christmas, look what's over there. Looking good. Now, if you pan over here, this is my first stop. Well, here we are, the first one. Isn't this amazing? Look at the detail in the ceiling already. And it's the first one, so imagine what it's going to be like at the other places. Incredible. Now, before I go any further, I need to do something miraculous, something you've never seen before. You ready? Might as well go with the theme. I do like my hats. As you know, it's not fair to see my baldness. So firstly, let me just talk through the running order of what I plan to do on this tour. So one of the things I'm going to try and do is prioritise what types of ale I'm looking for in terms of type. So instead of just winging it and going, oh, I'm going to try anything, I'm looking for specific ales. I'm going to be looking for a golden ale, stout, IPA, red ale, amber, pale, brown, porter, hazy. So I'm categorising it so it makes it a bit more like I've got a target to hit. And firstly, the one thing I did find was this pale ale. What my priorities are is to do the ale first, because I don't want it to sit there too long, especially if it's got a head. Do the ale first, rate it out of 5, and then move on to the heritage of the place. Most of the places in Liverpool today, very, very deep in history and heritage, and I wanted to cover that in a very, very organic and proper way. No one's brought it up, but I noticed it in the edit, was that I didn't quite get to the nub of the history of the places. And didn't show enough footage, because the problem with filming in public is the public. So you don't want to include people who don't want to be in shot. I don't want to put that pressure on people to be in shot. A lot of the pubs today are going to be small, well, say all, a couple of them are going to be more intimate. So I may have to film my analysis outside and show footage inside overlaid. So this is HPA, Y Valley Brewery. I think I've tasted one of these before, but I don't quite remember this. Look, you know what I'm like, condition of the glass, condition of the ale. Perfect. Herefordshire, England's truly delightful pale ale. It's smooth on the palate and boasts a citrus hop aroma leading to a balanced bitter finish. Locally grown Target and Celia hops, plus malted wheat and extra pale Maris Otter malted barley. It boasts a citrus hop aroma. And the citrus is very, very much there, but as it says, it's very mild, so it's not quite as impactful. But it's certainly a very, very nice start to what it will be a very varied day. Very smooth. It has got a sweet taste to it. Not overly fruity, but mild. Absolutely. Crown Hotel, opposite Lime Street. I can see Lime Street just out the window here. So if you're stumbling off a train, annoyed, or train's late, straight here. And you can see the distinctive look of the building, which makes it appealing as well. A lot of that going on in Liverpool. This place, a very distinctive Grade 2 listed building, a rare example of British Art Nouveau. It was built in 1905 by the Warrington Brewers Walkers. You can see in the ceiling here, ornate plastic work in the ceilings and oak panelling, stained glass. There's a big glass dome at the top of a spiral staircase. So there is an upstairs. So as you're walking up the spiral staircase, you will see this beautiful design in this massive, majestic dome, and it spirals up. So it's like you're walking towards the light, the dome, and it's. Now this place has 7 cask pumps on, 2 permanents, which I'm showing on the screen now, and there's 5 rotating guest ales that are coming on, including this one that I've got on now, and they have the Titanic Porter, which I'm told is quite popular, which it generally is. So you're always going to have variety in this place, which is pretty decent for somewhere very, very central, very, very local to the station and stuff. It's nice to have this sort of cask available this close. Because this is open pretty early, even better. Anyway, I'm going to finish this off and then head to the next location. Inside the globe now. Well, technically we are all in the globe, but this is the pub. Very good history with this place, and I've tried to get as much of this in as possible because look at this. I love that. I want that. I wonder if you should notice if I take it. But it's a lovely room, and there's a bit of a history here when it comes to camera, which I'm going to touch on in just a second. So this is Boltmaker by Timothy Taylor's. So it's a bitter, so I can check that off my list. And it's 4%. Oh, that is bitter. Really like it. It's impactful as it goes down the throat. A well-balanced, genuine Yorkshire bitter, which, by gum, I've got a flat cap for it. Full of maltiness and hoppy aroma. It's the first choice for the discerning drinker on both sides of the Pennines. Formerly known as Best Bitter, Boltmaker won many awards over the years, but most recently it was awarded CAMRA Supreme Champion Beer in Britain 2014 and a Champion Beer of Britain Bitter category in 2016. Oh, it says 4.2% ABV in bottles, so that's slightly different. I'd say rating-wise, that's the impact there. General consensus for me is probably about 350, which is what Untapped says, so I'm going to go with the general on this. It's better than average. It's a nice step up from what I've just had in the Crown. This place is absolutely stunning. It's not far from Central Station, which is just across from here, right in the heart of the city, so you can't miss it. You're just sort of here, you're presented with it, and the building's frontage, it's got so much history just in that, having that cascade of detail, which is something that I praised in the last place, but here it's already actually come in as well. Again, a bit like the Walker's place. This incarnation dates back to 1888, but the name was in use at least 40 years earlier at the previous pub on this site. Now, This is a cosy pub, but it's very, very small. So if you had a group of people in here, you'd all be sort of here, but the atmosphere would probably be electric. As you walk in, there's a slope that goes up. Now, I've only been here twice. This has been the second time, I believe. So I've never been here after more than half. So if I'm feeling a bit tipsy or a bit drunk, that's going to cause me it'd be a lot of fun, like, but I'll be breaking my nose every time I came. And that slope leads past the bar into where I am here, this little lounge. And this pub has been refurbished, but it's kept its traditional vibes. I love this map here too. It sort of brings the room together. One thing I want to show you is this camera plaque, because it's very important, because Camera Liverpool, the Liverpool branch, was founded here in 1974 in this very spot, and that's what the plaque means. That's what it represents. And as a camera member myself for Holton, that's pretty good going that they've took the time to recognise that and bring it into their history as well. Now onto the cask. There's 5 cask pubs there, 4 in total at the moment. I'm going to sit now, relax in this corner, and enjoy. Slight hiccup. I went to the Central, and it was closed. But on Google it says it's open from 11. But when I phoned them up, and they said, oh, it's 12. So a bit annoying, because now I've got 40 minutes to spare. When in doubt, go to Wetherspoons. But what I've got, it's actually quite interesting from Wetherspoons, because my mum and dad bought me a bottle, and I know about Conway Brewing. Conway Brewing. For a while, I've got a bottle of theirs at home, and they've got here at the Wetherspoons. Which Wetherspoons is this? I can't remember. I'm at the Richard John Beckler, or whatever it is. I found this. It's an American IPA called Golden Gate from Conway Brewery. And it's again on one of my lists. I wanted to find very, very different ales today, and here we go. So let's give this a whirl, shall we? Oh, that's very different. You know, when you've sort of been marinading all day with the English heritage and sort of bitters and stuff, and then suddenly you're on an American IPA, and it's very different. I'm not a massive fan of American IPAs. This is 5.5% on cask, and it's 5.8% in bottle form. Quad hopped American IPA, massive hit of hops up front, balanced and multi-backbone, followed by a bitter finish. I mean, it slaps you in the face. It says a massive hit of hops up front. It says a multi-backbone. No, let's do that. This is a little trick. There's nothing much of a smell to this. It's getting better. It's getting better with every. It was like, what do you want, love? And then she was really tugging away at the cask, and she was going mental. She wasn't giving it time to sort of get in there, you know. She was doing, you're fucking good in there. And so when it came out, it was all head. But fair play. I mean, look at it. Look at the line of the head there, and the head. It's creamy. So what it's doing is it's hit you in the face. The head, as it's passing down, it soothes as it goes down. So with every gulp I have, I'm actually quite enjoying this now. But it's amazing what first impressions can do in terms of, you know, pints, drinks. Anyway, I'm not going to waste much time filming here now, because this isn't really part of the tour, but yeah, frustrating. Hello. Hello. I hope you can hear me. A lot of music here. Look at this place. It's just wonderful. Just wonderful. I've been looking forward to this for a good long while, to see what this place was like, and just to get a feel for the place. And here we are. I mean, look at the dome. Look at everything. It's just so gorgeous. So in the most stunningly beautiful glass. Cheers. Clean, crisp. Beautiful. You see, I'm getting excited now. You can see the revving of the engine going, but this is Three Swords by Kirkstall Brewery, which I've drank before. And it's an extra pale ale, which is pretty decent. I'm thinking it's a turn out of the music for me. Okay, so this beer, right, let's talk about the description. So it says, the name derives from the coat of arms used by, Sicilian monks in Kirkstall Abbey. 3 American hop varieties are used in abundance to deliver a crisp, aromatic pale ale with clean, which I just used, clean and refreshing citrus fruit flavours. Bang on what I found when I first did the first drink. Let's try again. Light. It says dry in the description. I don't see the dryness. It's definitely fruity. Definitely got the bitter, which I'm finding is present in most of the things I'm drinking today. To be fair, on Untapped it's 3.5. I'd rate this higher. I'd say this is certainly favourite of the day so far. Maybe 3.75. Maybe, dare I say, a 4. We shall see, shall we? Ale aside, I mean, we've got to talk about this place. I mean, what a beautiful place. I mean, wow. Got a couple of quotes here. So on the website it says, presenting Robert Kane's 1907 Edwardian masterpiece. Certainly a masterpiece. Grade 2 stylistic wonder, the Big House as it's named. The Vines is one of the great show pubs of the country, and you can get that. I mean, look, I'm not going to lie, I'm a very showmanship sort of person. I love acting, I love performing, and I love being a part of something massive and a big extravaganza. This place is certainly one of those places that you walk in and go, wow, this has got the wow factor involved. The Vines won Historic England Conservation Award courtesy of Camera. Haha, preach. You're welcome, the Vines. Let me just read this little quote here out. Part of Camera's renowned Pub Design Award celebrates the finest examples of pub architecture, sensitive refurbishment and preservation of historic interiors. The Vines was lauded for its exceptional restoration, which has allowed this iconic piece of Liverpool's heritage to be enjoyed by locals and visitors alike once again. The people that own this place, the 1936 pub company they're called, and they own quite a few places on this list. And it's going to be sort of like a love letter to what they do. I think they've done a marvellous job in terms of capturing every little detail, every little facet of what's going on. Tell you what, let's take you around because I can do that. You know me and the fireplaces. I mean, it's just exceptional. If you've been a subscriber to my channel for a while, or if you've been popping on and off or whatever, then you'll know that I'm very much into heritage and preserving the past. I'm a bit boring that way. I like things that have been brought up and elevated and used and repurposed. And when you look around this place and you see the dome, and there's another thing, a running theme that I've noticed about the pubs I've been to so far. Every place has a dome. What's the obsession with domes and glass domes and structures in the ceiling? The wood panels, the colours, they've got fireplaces in every room, they've got brass. I'm not a big fan of is it called taxidermy? Or what's it called? It's like the animals on the walls. I mean, I don't like that, it doesn't sit well with me. That's the only thing that I sort of goes, wish I wasn't sat next to that. But end of the day, it's just so beautiful. It's lovely. To the people who have beautifully restored this place, who have done their best to keep this alive, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. For people like me who want to be part of history, who want to champion it, and it's a dream come true. And this is only the third one I'm at, and I'm already getting quite on my way to the dispensary now. It's only a straight run, only about 6 minutes, but I'm a little bit behind because I spent a little bit more time in the vines, which I just want to say thank you so much to the guy who with the pink hair. I didn't get his name. I wish I did now, but I want to say thank you so much to him. He was very, very nice to me. You can see, woo-hoo, the sun is out and about, giving me a lot of energy. I'm feeling so alive at the moment. And look at this, right? Look at this. Look at that. Clear blue skies, sunshine, snow and ice is gone. It's fantastic. I mean, what better day to do this than today? Well, here I am, the dispensary. One of the more compact places that I've been to so far, but has a lot of cask on, and I enjoy it. When I come here, I really do enjoy it. So, guess what I've got? A hazelnut mild by North Riding Brewery, which is one of my... When I see that name pop up, I gravitate towards it, because they usually do a stout that's so creamy and so delightful on the tongue that you just can't help but just enjoy it. It's a mild dark, so we're heading towards my favourite in terms of what I like. Nutty, smooth, roasty, chocolate. You can taste the coffee and the chocolate in the smell already. Let's go for it. Cheers. Oh, so good, so good, so rich. I mean, you're going to see my old face. It's going to be something that gets me going. I mean, it says roasty in the descriptions, but I don't agree. I don't think it's that roasty. It says hazelnut. Hint of it, the very hint, subtlety. It's really nice. It's well balanced. There's no one thing that pops out. There's an amalgamation of flavours there that complement each other. There's not much really to sort of go, ooh, that takes over. The head still intact, still helping out, soothe the transition downwards. Let's talk about the dispensary. As I said, absolutely love this place. It has an attractive bar with Victorian features, and there's a raised wood panelled area to the rear, originally called the Grapes, which is very interesting, but like the running theme of this podcast today, every pub that I've been to seems to sort of value its heritage. It seems to sort of pull it in and really champion what it's doing. It likes to have its identity preserved. And take note, Runcorn. Take note, people who do planning in Runcorn. What the hell are you doing? Identity is everything. What you do with a premises is always individual. You've got to bring that in and showcase it for what it really is. As a traditional pub using Liverpool memorabilia, there's all sorts of pictures and things on the walls. A bit like with the last place I went to, the Globe, where they have the pub's not just heritage, but they've also got people who have attended the pub, people who have been important to the pub, you know, over the years since the 70s or whatever, and they've got the pride of place on the walls, and that's a beautiful thing, because, you know, what is a location other than its heritage? Was voted, this pub in general was voted English Heritage Pub Refurbishment of the year 2000. I can see why. 4.25, easy peasy. 4.25. It's a bloody good ale. Cheers. One thing to note, by the way, is that this place has 5 cask ale pumps, and they're all on. Plenty to choose from. Looking at the cask on offer, they've got a White Rat. Not excited enough. Citra, Oakham 30 Citra, which is what I had at Norton Arms back in the day, at the last one. A Chomp, Hazy Pale, Titanic Plum Porter. Again, crowd pleasing. The one I'm having now, which is the North Riding Hazelnut Mild, and Rat in My Kitchen American Style IPA. I'm going to settle this now and then go to my next spot. But I'll tell you what, really, really happy with the journey so far. Everything I've tried has been very different. The vibe's been very different. I'm enjoying every minute of it. And well done to the people, again, the dispensary, renamed, refurbished, restored, renewed. The people who restored the vines, and I quote on the website, said, restored and reborn. Imagine if we could have that mindset in Runcorn. Hey, maybe I should run for election. Maybe I should just put myself forward for election, like my friend Little Maisie's doing right now in Cornwall. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I could make an impact in local politics. Who knows? At the Roscoe Head. This is one, to be fair, this is the one I was worried about the most in terms of getting the footage, because this place is so quaint and so tiny, which adds to the character of the place, but I was worried that maybe I would be sort of drowned out in sort of noise and crowd. No, it's perfect. This is where I am right now, in the front room, and the bar's there, and there's another room at the back. This is called Jarl, which is Flynn Ales, blonde golden ale, which again, another tick off my list. I had a list of priorities today and another one, so I'm doing really well today of ticking off this list of things. As a flagship flavour forward single hop session blonde ale brewed as a showcase of American hop citra. Again, American hop seems to be sort of weaning its way into what I'm doing today, which is quite funny, hilarious in a sense. But here we go. The condition really good. So let's give this a go, shall we? The guy behind the bar gave me a description because I did check with him before, and he said, an easy drinking, beautifully balanced session ale, bursting with flavour, packed full of balanced, vibrant grapefruit, delicate lemon flavours. Lemon? Can't taste lemon. Vibrant grapefruit and delicate lemon flavours with a subtle grassy finish. APV, by the way, is 3.8%, which is, again, when we talk about sessionable, it's very sessionable. A quote stuck out for me from the website, and that's why I've got my pen. Quote from the website: a cosy four-roomed local pub where conversation and appreciation of real ales rules. There's no jukebox, no fruit machine, just good beer and a warm welcome. And that's me to a T. My real ale hero, which is my best friend Rick, describes this place as a true icon of the real ale pub industry. Totally, I agree with that. Running since the 1830s, it's the only one of 5 pubs to appear in every edition of CAMRA Good Beer Guide since 1974. Quite an achievement. They have a beer garden in the courtyard at St. Luke's Church. Survived a direct hit from the German World War II bomb. So they do have six cask ale pumps in, and I've just had a chat to the barman. Fantastic place. I mean, what more can I say? This place is something that you can... Oh, I've just noticed someone across me has got a pie. What pie is that?
Satter weights, pork pies.
Really?
Okay.
Oh, nice.
They're manufactured every day. 6 miles up the road, a place called Crosby.
Yeah.
And if you haven't bought your pies by about 11 in the morning, they're all gone.
Was it that popular?
Yeah.
Oh my.
And he gets them every morning from there.
Yeah.
And sorry mate, they're all gone. It's the last 2.
Well, I'm not going to buy one, but I just noticed you had a pie, and I'm going to have a pie after this, actually. I'm going to Belvedere.
I can't remember the last time I was in the Belvedere.
Really, yeah. It's on my list of places to go, you see, and I know they do good pies.
I don't know.
Well, I'll let you. Well, I can't let you know.
YouTube?
I will. Yeah, I'm doing a filming thing. Yeah.
I'll try my edges and...
Oh, really? That's not on my list.
Lime Street.
Go on.
The best in there, I'll say.
As with many things on a tour, you meet people and you talk to people, and they're all very friendly. And I just met a couple of different people in the last place, Roscoe Head. which are they've all got their own different opinions, and this is what I love about what I'm doing, is that you end up sort of being part of their lives for that one moment in time, and it's one of the reasons why I enjoy cask and why I enjoy. And by the way, look what I'm bombed out church. They do a lot of performances there. Unfortunate to be bombed, but they've found a new lease of life. Okay, so the last podcast I did, I had a ale called Bare Ass. This podcast, I'm having a pint in a place called Cracke. So I'm guessing, because I know there's a brewery called Buckcombe, so maybe I'm going to bump into them on the next podcast. But seriously, a very important place, because it's steeped in not only history in terms of what it represents in terms of historic value, but also pop culture. There's a very big link to someone who was very important in world history. A Bass ale. Anyone who doesn't know about Bass, it's a it's become like one of those ales that's sort of mystic. It's sort of like you must find a Bass. And to be honest, I was hoping that Spitting Feathers, my friend's brewery, would have an ale on here, but it's not, unfortunately. And I was hoping to sort of be in the war rooms, which is also very important. Bass trademark number 1, golden ale, again on my list. Distinctive Bass triangle with the first iconic symbol of registered as a trademark was in 1876. Bass is a richly fragrant and hoppy bouquet. It has complex nutty, malty taste with a bright chestnut hue. Ooh, there you go. Nutty. Again, once you know, and you can sort of zone in on the little subtleties in the flavour, you know. A chestnut is what I'm getting from it in terms of rating. 3.75. There you go. Honestly, if you're not into real ales or cask or anything, get into it, because once you discover what cask represent, you see a different world, and you see people who genuinely care about what's going on with this. This is why sort of a pint like this exists, because people have got attention to detail in how they brew it, how they promote it, how they present it. This is a 19th century pub starting life as Ruffin Castle in 1852, which I assume is the right pronunciation. Sorry, my mouth doesn't fucking open. In a cottage in Rice Street at the time, because it consisted of one rooms, so I'm guessing this is where we are now. It's sort of expanded out as time's gone on. The front bar has copper-topped counter and space for only 10 people. I'm looking at it now. The reason why it's called Ye Cracke is nothing to do with any naughtiness, which is something I love. It's based on the size, so basically the amount of people it can accommodate in its own walls. Someone just washed their hands. Hope it's dried your hands, mate. In 1892, it's become the official name, Ye Cracke. I didn't want to focus too much on pop culture, but this is John Lennon. He used to love coming here. I can understand why. It's humble, and it's something. I mean, again, look at the colours in which it's employing. It brings everything together in one. So it's not, you know, when I was saying to you before in the last couple of pubs, a lot of the modern pubs tend to be like grey. They tend to be modernist. It doesn't bring you in. Whereas this does, because the colours tend to, it's a warm vibe. You feel like you want to sort of be a part of this. This is something that's intimate. It's got everything right. It's brilliant. Brilliant. Me and my mate came here a few months ago. A room in the middle there that does, it's called the War Room. So essentially, the reason why that exists is war veterans could go in there and talk about the war and talk about their experiences. And without annoying fellow punters apparently. So, I mean, I've been in there, I've drank in there, and it's very intimate. But anyway, next one. Hello, so I'm in Peters Tavern, which is one of those places that I've been to before, but I'm going to sort of reiterate to you how special this place is. It's not one of those places that sort of it's embraced what it's doing in its local footprint. It's a heritage place. It's also very much in keeping. I mean, the lighting, the way in which it employs knickknacks in its walls. Here's what I've ordered. It's called Babyface Assassin, which is from Roosters Brewing Company, and it's American IPA. But the description of this ale is it's brewed with 100% Citra hops that create aromas of Magno, apricot, grapefruit, mandarin, orange, and lasting juicy tropical fruit bitterness. And Babyface Assassin is deceptively quaffable India Pale Ale. Yeah, cheers to you. Essentially, everything I've tried up to this point has been very much 3.5. Enjoyable, 3.75. That's as much as I can give it. It's good, certainly sessionable, but I wouldn't say it's groundbreaking. We're currently we're in the Georgian Quarter and Grade 2 listed. So again, a theme going with the Grade 2 listed. Built in 1844. So can you imagine when you think of countries that haven't existed that long, and this pub's been here longer than those countries? That's fucking amazing, isn't it, when you think about it? It became a licensed beer house in 1854, and it's also been known as the Liver Hotel, the Grapes. The Grapes seems to be a running theme too. Peters Hotel and Peters, but it has been renamed in 1978 as Peters Tavern, who was the licensee between 1897 and 1950. All of us in this world want to be remembered for something, and if your name is remembered for something that's heritage based and pub based, good for you, man. The walls in this place has got items like in the Globe, which it was before. Has got items collected over the years, which includes bikes, radios, musical instruments, stained glass windows. People want that familiarity. They want a sense of belonging, and if you can attach your belonging as a pub to, your locale. I mean, the people who come around here are probably from all around the world, but local people is what drives footfall. So, if you can drive your identity to local prospects, then you're doing better than most people. Last time I came here, this place was being decorated, but it's doing well. And if you look out the window, look at that. Isn't that just fantastic? What a perfect spot to sort of do this. I'm upstairs from the main bar. This is called Simcoe in Your Heart. Okay, I can already smell it. Cheers. Ooh, very smooth. As I said before, the fact that it sort of goes down your throat in a very seductive way, very sensual, silky. It's described as a modern balanced session. I get that. It's very sessionable. I could have this. I could have 2 or 3 of these. And then, I mean, this is only a half pint, but I could have a pint of this for sure. Balancing Simcoe hops and stone fruit, pine and citrus and the zest. It's very nice. It's very satisfying in that in this situation where if you can see me now, I'm sort of reclined. I'm glad I chose this now because there's a couple of on cask that I think there was like 5 cask pumps on offer. What would they give this? 3.75, untapped. If you're on tap, by the way, if you're watching this and you're on Tapped, add me on. My name is what the fuck's my name? Stephen J Presents, maybe, because I try and keep my vlogging sort of similar. This place is very unique. Unlike the other places I've been, this is very much you know, if you take your girlfriend to something that is, you know, romantic, this is more romantic. A place that's romantic, it tickles your pickle. So this place was built in 1836, an old school watering hole in the Georgian Quarter, which this is very much part of. It was built as a hotel in the heart of the Renaissance of Liverpool. When you think of the Renaissance, you think of something like grander, you know. The Belvedere actually closed in 2003 with the intention of converting it into apartments. Fuck me, imagine if this had been apartments. What a loss to people who enjoy this as a public establishment. Because this has a lot going for it. It has, it's grade 2 listed, but also it has original features, and it would have been lost if this had been a private place for apartments. It also has a quarried tile floor, sash windows, a bar counter with 2 rooms down below. That's why I wanted to come here next, because I wanted to make sure that I could get this room. I enjoy being part of this moment in time. You know, I'm the only person in this room right now, so that means I'm enjoying this moment in time. I'm enjoying this moment in time. This does everything. I am enjoying this tour. I mean, I'm about 45 minutes behind, but that's nothing compared to last time I did this tour. I think, off the top of my head, I'm looking for a brown ale or maybe a lager. I'm not too sure. I've hit quite a lot of the targets I wanted to do, so I'm not so concerned about the ale targets, you know. Anyway, run! Another one from the 1936 pub company. They've restored it. They've made it look beautiful, historic. So this is creme brulee. Look at this. Look at the glass they've got in. Desert lovers, sit up and sit up. No, sit up and sit up. Desert lovers, sit up and sip up. Creme brulee burst on the scene in 2015, a luscious, dark and sweet stout. For those wishing to get on the dark side, once converted, creme brulee welcome you time and again to this delicious sweet embrace. Now, I've had this before, so I can agree, this is sweet. I can taste the vanilla, I'm getting better at that. It's creamy, it's dark, thick, like me. Sublime. The reason why I'm a bit delayed in getting here is because I bumped into an American who was over here from Texas. He's a kindred spirit. He is from the UK in terms of mindset. He seems to sort of love the heritage that we've got. He's been to all the heritage sites. I've pointed in the right direction when it comes to cask, but I found a person from America who tends to sort of see the way I do. What can I give this ale? Easy 4. Easy 4. This was closed since October 2023, and it was acquired and transformed by the 1933 punk company, love you lot, and they own the Vines, the Green Man, the Lion, etc. They want to rework and refurbish into something they believe is closer to a classic 19th century pub. And when you look around here, that's exactly what they've done. Every little trinket they've got on. What they added, the design team has scoured the country in all manner of appropriate antiquities, bric-a-brac, etc., to provide a reimagined Monro with an authentic period feel. So before, when we were in the Vines, and when we were talking about the showmanship of the place they were, this is very different. This is much more quaint. And I love this company. If you're listening, if the 1936 company are listening, watching this podcast now, give me a job. I'll do anything. I'll polish your brass. I'll carry your bags on holiday. I'll do anything. Give me a job, St. Peters. I'm looking forward to it. So here I am, the final stop in my journey, 5 o'clock in the afternoon now, so we're starting to get very busy. Look at this place, I mean, look at it. Isn't it amazing? When you think of applying tradition, everything I love is in this place. I'm gonna level with you here. I got 4 pints today. I didn't imagine I would, but I got 4 pints. What happens on tour doesn't stay on tour, because you know about it. This is what I got, plate spinner, and it's by Love Lane Brewery. Now, I did want to sort of end this sort of tour on something sort of darker. It's a New England Pale. They describe this as a juicy, citrus, floral hops with a more subtle and less piney hop taste than a typical IPA. It's not my favourite of what I've tried today. I'd say this is 3.75. History. This place. This is St. Peters Tavern on Seal Street. Very impressive area. Brand new. It's only just arrived on the scene in the last 2 or 3 weeks, so I'm very new to this. Originally built in 1788 as a Roman Catholic church called St. Peter's. Deconsecrated in 1976. Following decades of disuse, so I'm guessing that this fell into disrepair, and it became Alma di Cuba. So if you're above a certain age, tell me about it. Did you pull your missus there? Did you find your husband there? Tell me about it. I'd love to know what it was like in that time frame. What did you see? How did it resonate with you? People behind this restoration, and it's been a running theme of this whole day today. This wouldn't exist without the passion of people like the 1936 pub company who have put their heart and soul into making this what it is. I'm sat here now drinking this because they had the vision to do it. This is fantastic. Thank you for joining me on this tour. Join me on part 2 for the rest of Liverpool. There's so much more to explore, and I hope you can join me. Merry Christmas to you. Mwah. Love you. Cheers.